Title IX of the Education Amendments Act of 1972 is a federal law that states no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. While Title IX was enacted in June 23, 1972 by Richard Nixon, it was an amendment to the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The wording that led to the title text is as follows. We believe that federal funds supplied by taxpayers all over the nation must not be used to support or perpetuate the pattern of segregation in education, public housing, public health services, or other services and facilities generally. We should recognize that these services are indispensable to individuals in modern society and to further social progress. The significance of the amendment can be traced even further back to President Truman's Committee on Civil Rights that was tasked with the investigation on the status of civil rights in 1946. The next year, the committee recognized four main rights: the right to safety and security of the person, the right to citizenship and its privileges, the right to freedom of conscience and expression, and the right of equality and opportunity. Skip ahead to 1972 and the right to an educational program or activity without discrimination on the basis of sex needed to be added for specificity. It was rightly justified given that at the time, less than 30,000 females were playing sports, and as of 2011, according to the National Coalition for Women and Girls in Education, there are more than 990,000, indicating that the growth has been significant. As can be seen, the budget has seen major increases in the last 45 years in the flex for women. And while this is important, the number of women who have obtained some college and even graduated has tripled for both categories from 1970 to 2010, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor. While Title IX has helped close gaps across most boards, such as more opportunities for women, there are still some doubts about how to deliver certain parts of the law. For example, for some schools, the budget is still not balanced with the percentage of men versus women attending the school. More sexual violence has occurred on college campuses after Title IX than before the number of women, and has drastically increased to share the space with men, but the structures haven't been able to keep women completely safe. While a lot of the things that came about from Title IX sounded progressive and beneficial to most of us, there was opposition, and some of it arose from religious institutions such as with Pepperdine University. The former president of Pepperdine, William Banowski, submitted the original request for exemption in 1976, which was ultimately granted in 1985. In his request, he referenced certain religious tenets held by the university and partially cited the Title IX amendment itself. Some more disputes happened recently in the last decade over the extension of Title IX to include claims of gender identity for transgender students. Under the Obama administration, guidelines were distributed to protect transgender students. I personally stand with the guidelines set during this administration because statistics provided by the American Association of University Women show that about 48% of students in grades 7 through 12 experience sexual harassment. And out of those that experienced a sexual harassment, 9 out of 10 said it had a negative impact on them. However, even with these numbers, 79% of all schools that offer 7 through 12 reported zero incidents of sexual harassment in 2015 to 2016. Changes need to happen to make it safer in schools. Unfortunately, the current administration has only made it harder for reporting to occur by rescinding with the rescinding of the guidelines in the most recent years by our Department of Education. It only begs the question as to how far Title IX has come and even how much further it has to go. So that is what we have so far, more to be developed. Thank you.